You know, a take that I'm not skeptical of is one that you said earlier in the show, and it was something along the lines of, Kenyan Drake is garbage or something like that. I mean,
God awful, probably. That's
probably
my new saying.
I like it, and I think it very accurately describes Kenyan Drake. I thought I was sharp getting back on it this week after he burned me last week. Nope, I'm just a sucker for pain.
Yeah, Kenyan Drake has disappointed 4 straight weeks, and he's looking like he's going to be one of, if not the biggest bust in fantasy football in terms of ADP.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this was a clear-cut nut matchup for Kenyan Drake and the entire Cardinals offense. I know they have some injuries to their wide receivers who ended up playing, but they were still banged up nonetheless. And, the Cardinals offense just hasn't been good the last 2 weeks. I think that's a part of Kenyan Drake's downfall right now. Chase Edmonds is getting a large target share. He's around 19% is what he got in this matchup, and he's also getting more snaps. So that obviously hurts Kenyan Drake, and then Kyler Murray's rushing upside hurts Drake as well. So there's just a lot of factors that are going against Drake right now. And if he's not getting catches, he's not going to be a good fantasy running back solely depending on his rushing volume.
I agree with you that it's looking like he's the heavy favorite to be the biggest bust in, the first 2 rounds of fantasy at this point. I mean, the fact that he's so game flow dependent, I think, is something that none of us were really expecting. I mean, they're giving the receptions to Edmonds, and, he really appears to be in a 3-way timeshare with the amount of rush attempts that Kyler Murray's getting, especially with the way they use Kyler in the red zone for the rushing attempts. It's just like he's getting vultured at the goal line by Kyler. He's getting vultured in the receiving game by Edmonds. And now we're just looking at, I think I said this off the podcast last time, but it's reminiscent of Mark Ingram to me last year, where yeah, he'll probably have a couple 2-touchdown games that'll be great, but they're going to come out of nowhere and they're going to be completely unpredictable because there's too many mouths to feed there. So, yeah, I mean, definitely a fat L on Kenyan Drake if you drafted him in season long, which I took a ton of shares of him in best ball. So not great. But I think that it's at this point, we just have to recognize it. It is what it is. And he's not very viable outside of just being a straight up long shot tournament play. If you're not going to do it against the Panthers run defense, you're probably not going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. And, it just hurts to see because Kenyan Drake has always been my son. And I think he's still a good running back. It's just he's not getting the opportunities that he was in the final 8 games of last year in this season so far. But, I mean, I did draft a lot of Chase Edmonds in best ball, so, I'll take it.